that warm, festive spice sitting in your kitchen cabinet, the one that instantly brings to mind holiday baking and cozy winter evenings. What if it holds a dangerous secret? We invite cloves into our homes for their comforting aroma and rich flavor, trusting them as a wholesome, natural ingredient. But what if this seemingly innocent spice is capable of waging a silent war against your medications, turning a carefully managed health plan into a chaotic game of Russian roulette? Imagine a stable, healthy individual suddenly finding their life-saving prescription drug has become dangerously toxic, all because of the seasoning in their evening meal. It sounds like a plot from a medical drama, but it's a documented reality. The very compound that gives cloves their famous antioxidant power can also hijack your body's internal machinery, creating a perfect storm for medical emergencies. Today, we are not here to scare you, but to arm you. We will reveal the 7 critical combinations of cloves with common foods and medications that can have devastating consequences. This isn't speculation. It's based on real hospital cases and hard science. Stay with me, because understanding what's in this video could genuinely save your life or the life of someone you love. Before we dive into these critical warnings, let's be clear about one thing. Cloves are nutritional powerhouses. On the scale of antioxidant capacity, they don't just compete with superfoods like blueberries, they blow them out of the water. Their anti-inflammatory properties are so potent that some studies suggest they rival well-known remedies like turmeric. Scientific investigations, including research published in BMC Complementary Medicine and Therapies, have demonstrated cloves' remarkable ability to lower blood sugar levels, sometimes by as much as 27%, and even outperform certain pharmaceuticals in fighting infections. So, where does it all go wrong? The danger lies in the very source of their strength, a potent bioactive compound called eugenol. Eugenol can constitute up to 90% of clove essential oil. It's responsible for that signature scent and a majority of the health benefits. But here's the unsettling truth. Eugenol is also a powerful disruptor of the body's drug processing systems. Think of your liver as a highly sophisticated pharmaceutical processing plant, equipped with specific enzymes to break down and clear medications from your system. Eugenol can walk into this plant and effectively shut down key assembly lines. Laboratory data shows eugenol significantly inhibits the liver enzymes responsible for metabolizing over 3/4 of all prescription drugs. This means that a daily clove tea habit or a generous hand with spices in your cooking could be quietly causing your prescribed medications to build up to toxic levels, even when you're following your doctor's instructions perfectly. Unlike a prescription bottle, a jar of cloves comes with no warning label, no list of potential interactions. This information gap creates the ideal conditions for a health crisis to unfold in your own kitchen. Today, we're closing that gap. We're counting down 7 specific combinations with cloves that could land you in the emergency room. These are not far-fetched theories. They are documented crises affecting people right now. Whether you're managing your heart health, diabetes, or simply trying to boost your iron levels, the information that follows is absolutely vital. Let's begin the countdown of 7 foods and medications you should be extremely cautious about pairing with cloves. First on our list, blood-thinning medications. This interaction is not subtle. It is dramatic and dangerous. A case report from researchers at Massachusetts General Hospital provides a chilling example. A heart attack survivor whose condition was stable on the anticoagulant medication warfarin suddenly found his health in jeopardy during the holiday season. The culprit? Festive meals heavily spiced with cloves. Within just 2 weeks, his international normalized ratio, or INR, a measure of blood clotting time, skyrocketed from a safe, therapeutic level of 2.5 to a critical 7.8. A minor cut in the kitchen refused to stop bleeding. This is what a bleeding crisis looks like. The active compound, eugenol, possesses powerful antiplatelet properties. Research published in Prostaglandins, Leukotrienes, and Essential Fatty Acids reveals that eugenol suppresses the clumping of platelets by blocking the formation of thromboxane, a key molecule in clot formation. When you combine this effect with anticoagulant drugs like warfarin or antiplatelet agents like clopidogrel or even a daily aspirin, you are creating a dual blockade against your body's natural ability to stop bleeding. It's like cutting two different safety wires at the same time. Clinical data suggests this dangerous pairing can increase the risk of a major bleeding event by a staggering 300 to 400% compared to taking the medication alone. The effect is insidious because it builds over time. Eugenol has a half-life in the bloodstream of about 14 to 18 hours, meaning cloves consumed at dinner are still actively thinning your blood when you take your medication the next morning. This leads to a cumulative stacking effect over days and weeks. Regulatory bodies like the European Medicines Agency have documented serious hemorrhagic events, including gastrointestinal bleeds and intracranial hemorrhages, when spices like cloves are used alongside anticoagulant therapy. If you are on any blood thinner, clove usage must be restricted to the tiniest culinary pinch. Clove supplements, concentrated oils, and teas should be avoided completely. Interaction number 2, medications metabolized by the liver. This is perhaps the most wide-ranging and deceptive interaction. A perplexing case at Johns Hopkins University involved a patient taking standard prescriptions for cholesterol and anxiety. The patient began experiencing bizarre fluctuations in the drug's effectiveness, with lab tests showing blood levels that were dangerously unpredictable. The mystery was solved when clinicians discovered the patient had recently started taking a daily clove supplement. The interaction is rooted in the liver's cytochrome P450 system. This is a family of enzymes that acts as the body's primary detoxification and drug metabolism engine. Groundbreaking research in the Saudi Pharmaceutical Journal shows that eugenol is a potent inhibitor of key enzymes in this system, particularly CYP2C9, CYP2D6, and CYP3A4. When these pathways are blocked or slowed down, medications can't be cleared properly. They build up in the bloodstream, reaching toxic concentrations. It's like a traffic jam on the highway out of your body. Even if you take the correct dose, the drug concentration can rise to dangerous levels. In vitro studies show eugenol can slash enzyme activity by 40 to 67%. The list of affected drugs is vast and includes many common prescriptions: statins for cholesterol like atorvastatin, numerous antidepressants like sertraline, common blood pressure medications, and anti-anxiety drugs. For instance, combining regular clove intake with a statin dramatically increases the risk of severe muscle damage and liver injury. The most hazardous aspect of this interaction is its unpredictability. Your genetics, the form of clove you consume, and the specific drugs you take all play a role, making it impossible to predict who will be severely affected. If you take any prescription medication, especially one with a narrow therapeutic window, you must avoid clove supplements and concentrated preparations. Third, we have diabetes medications. For anyone managing diabetes, this interaction can be life-threatening. Consider this real-world scenario. A person with well-controlled type 2 diabetes, managed with metformin and insulin, started drinking clove tea twice daily. Soon after, they began experiencing repeated severe hypoglycemic episodes, bouts of dangerously low blood sugar marked by confusion, trembling, and profuse sweating. They ended up in the emergency room twice for urgent treatment. What they thought was a healthy habit was actually a recipe for disaster. Cloves' ability to lower blood sugar is scientifically validated. The mechanisms are powerful. They slow carbohydrate absorption from the gut, suppress the liver's production of glucose, and increase glucose uptake by the muscles. The problem arises when these potent effects are stacked on top of diabetes medications like metformin, glipizide, or insulin, which are designed to do the same thing. You are essentially taking a double or triple dose of glucose-lowering agents at once. Research in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology has shown that clove extracts can reduce the liver's glucose production by around 40%, the very same pathway that metformin targets. Layering these two effects can easily push blood sugar levels into a dangerously low zone. The Cleveland Clinic issues a specific warning that combining eugenol-containing products with insulin can trigger severe hypoglycemia. A severe hypoglycemic event is a medical emergency that can lead to seizures, loss of consciousness, and even death. If you use any medication to control your blood sugar, cloves must be treated with extreme caution. Limit them to a minimal culinary spice and monitor your glucose levels diligently. Concentrated clove teas, extracts, and supplements should be completely off limits. Interaction number 4 is with alcohol and certain beverages. Many of us enjoy a warm mulled wine or a spiced cocktail during the holidays, often featuring cloves as a star ingredient. However, clinical reviews have uncovered disturbing reactions to these traditional pairings. People have reported intense facial flushing, a racing heartbeat, and alarming drops in blood pressure. The reaction occurs because cloves interfere with how your body processes alcohol. When you drink alcohol, your liver breaks it down into a toxic substance called acetaldehyde before further breaking it down into a harmless substance. The key enzyme for clearing this toxic acetaldehyde is aldehyde dehydrogenase, or ALDH. Eugenol in cloves inhibits this very enzyme. When ALDH is suppressed, toxic acetaldehyde builds up in your system, triggering symptoms of alcohol intolerance, including flushing, nausea, headache, and a rapid heartbeat. Research has shown that eugenol's interference can increase acetaldehyde levels by 40 to 60%. This means a single glass of clove-spiced mulled wine can produce the toxic effect of much heavier drinking. This is especially risky for anyone already sensitive to alcohol. Over the long term, the concern is even greater. Chronic accumulation of acetaldehyde causes significant oxidative stress and inflammation in the liver. Regularly combining alcohol with clove-heavy drinks could accelerate liver damage, particularly for individuals with pre-existing liver conditions. If you choose to drink alcohol, it is wisest to avoid clove-spiced alcoholic beverages entirely. Fifth on our list is an interaction with iron-rich foods and supplements. This interaction is particularly crucial for the millions of people, especially older adults, who struggle with iron deficiency anemia. In one anemia treatment study, clinicians were baffled when several patients failed to respond to treatment despite consuming iron-rich diets and taking their prescribed supplements. The investigative trail led to a surprising discovery. These patients frequently consumed clove-spiced dishes and teas with their meals. The culprits are compounds called tannins, which give cloves their slightly astringent, mouth-puckering quality. Research published in Current Developments in Nutrition has identified tannins as one of the most powerful inhibitors of non-heme iron absorption, the type of iron found in plant-based foods and most supplements. Tannins bind with iron in the digestive tract, forming insoluble complexes that your body simply cannot absorb. It's like putting the iron in a locked box that your body doesn't have the key to. Clinical studies show that consuming tannins with a meal can slash iron absorption by 60 to 90%. The timing is also critical. The inhibitory effect can last for up to 2 hours after consuming tannins. This means drinking a cup of clove tea even 30 minutes before your iron-rich spinach salad can still significantly block iron uptake. For those actively trying to treat anemia, this can mean the difference between recovery and continued deficiency. To maximize your iron absorption, you must create a 2-hour window, both before and after, between consuming clove-heavy foods or drinks and your iron-rich meals or supplements. Interaction number 6 involves high-fiber foods and digestive medications. This one may seem counterintuitive. A study on digestive health observed a strange trend among patients on high-fiber diets. Those who regularly paired their fiber-rich meals, like beans, whole grains, and lentils, with clove-spiced dishes reported an increase in bloating, gas, and digestive discomfort. This is the exact opposite of what fiber is supposed to do. The reason lies in cloves' potent antimicrobial properties. We know eugenol can suppress harmful microbes, which is a benefit during an infection. However, this action is not selective. It can also suppress the beneficial bacteria in your gut microbiome. This good bacteria is essential for fermenting dietary fiber into short-chain fatty acids, which are vital for colon health. When you consume a significant amount of cloves with a high-fiber meal, the antimicrobial effect can kill off the very bacteria needed to properly digest that fiber. The undigested fiber then ferments improperly, leading to excess gas, bloating, and pain. This also impacts digestive aids. If you take probiotics, consuming them with clove-heavy food can render them useless, as studies show clove compounds can inactivate probiotic organisms within 30 minutes. To protect your gut health and get the full benefit of fiber and probiotics, it's best to separate your clove intake from high-fiber meals and supplements by at least 2 to 3 hours. Finally, interaction number 7, calcium-rich foods and dairy products. This interaction is more subtle but has significant long-term implications, especially for bone health. Researchers noticed a pattern where individuals who regularly drank clove-spiced beverages like chai lattes with milk reported unexpected digestive issues and signs of mineral imbalance. Unlike with iron, cloves don't directly block calcium absorption in the gut. Instead, they interfere with how the body utilizes calcium after it has been absorbed. The polyphenols and tannins in cloves can bind with calcium in the digestive tract, which can alter the rate and efficiency of its uptake. Over time, for someone relying on dairy and supplements for their calcium intake, this can result in less than optimal calcium utilization. For older adults at risk for osteoporosis, this is a serious concern. Research in the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research suggests that certain compounds similar to those found in cloves can impede the process of incorporating calcium into bone tissue, even if blood calcium levels appear normal. This means your standard blood test might miss the negative impact that a high clove intake is having on your skeletal health. To ensure you're getting the full benefit of your calcium sources, avoid consuming large amounts of cloves at the same time as dairy products or calcium supplements. A small pinch for flavor is likely fine, but concentrated clove teas and recipes should be enjoyed separately from your main calcium sources. So, after reviewing these 7 high-risk interactions, the main takeaway is clear. The humble clove is a potent biochemical agent that must be treated with respect. Natural does not always mean safe, especially when it intersects with modern medicine. This knowledge is not meant to instill fear, but to empower you to use spices wisely. The goal is informed caution, to harness the incredible benefits of cloves while sidestepping preventable harm. Here is your practical safety plan. If you take any prescription medications, particularly blood thinners, diabetes drugs, or anything metabolized by the liver, you must limit cloves to small culinary amounts only. Absolutely avoid clove supplements, essential oils, and concentrated teas. Second, create timing buffers. Separate clove intake from iron-rich meals and supplements by at least 2 hours. Do the same for your calcium sources. Third, listen to your body. Any unusual symptoms like easy bruising, unexpected blood sugar swings, new digestive problems, or strange medication side effects could be a red flag. Always report these to your doctor and make sure to mention your dietary habits, including spice use. And finally, share this knowledge. So many of our friends and family members are managing chronic conditions and taking multiple medications. They are the most vulnerable. Spreading this awareness is a simple act that can prevent a serious health crisis. If this video has provided you with valuable information that could help protect your health or the health of someone you care about, please type yes in the comments below. Your engagement helps us continue our mission to bring you thoroughly researched, life-saving health information. Thank you for joining us today. Be sure to subscribe to stay informed and live a stronger, healthier life.